Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter in accountancy, that is bill of exchange. Bill of exchange. So in this chapter we will be studying about bill of exchange, promissory note, then various journal entries and accounting of bill of exchange. So before discussing about the accounting part, that is journal entry, ledger and down, let us see what is a bill of exchange. Bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument. Negotiable instrument means an instrument which can be transferred by one person to another. So there is a special act for such a type of negotiable instruments. Bill of exchange is one of the negotiable instruments. Like that, many negotiable instruments are there. There is an act which governs or which controls the trade of negotiable instruments or the exchange of negotiable instruments. That act is Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Negotiable Instruments Act . Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Bill of exchange is also a negotiable instrument. That means this also is covered under the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Now let us see what is a bill of exchange. What definition is given in the Negotiable Instruments Act about a bill of exchange. Bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. This is the simple definition for bill of exchange. As per Indian Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person, to or to the order of a certain person, or to the bearer of the instrument. This is the definition of bill of exchange. So let us examine that definition. Bill of exchange is an instrument in writing. It's an instrument in writing. It's a document in writing. That means bill of exchange should be in writing only. That is one of the important points. It should be in writing. Bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order. It contains an order. That is another important thing. Contains an order. Contains an unconditional order. So bill of exchange is an order, or bill of exchange is an instrument which is in writing form and it contains an unconditional order signed by the maker. Signed by the maker. Okay, it is usually that document will be signed by the person who prepared that. That's what signed by the maker. What it says, directing a certain person. That direct a certain person. It instructs certain person. What instruction is giving? To pay a certain sum of money only. To pay a certain sum of money. He says that you have to pay a certain sum of money. Only that money, no other things. Okay, that money is to be paid to means to the maker. Okay, you have to pay money to me or to the order of the certain person or to somebody else who that is given by the maker. That maker will say that you have to pay certain sum of money only to me or to some other person. Okay? Or to the bearer of the instrument or the person who is holding this instrument. That is what is called the bill of exchange. Okay? That means this is a document written by a person stating the other person that you have to pay this much money only to me or the name which I am telling to you or the person who is keeping this document. That instrument is called the bill of exchange. So that's what bill of exchange should be in writing. In order to say an instrument a bill of exchange, it must be in writing, and it should contain an unconditional order. It should contain an unconditional order, and that is, what is that order? Which direct a person to pay a certain sum of money. So that is another one. Direction to pay a certain sum of money only. Says to pay a certain sum of money only. Okay. To whom? To the maker or the person who writes the document, or to the bearer of the instrument, or the person whose name is mentioned in it. Okay, so that is to be there. That means direct the payment of certain money only to the maker or to any other person. Okay, to any other person or to the bearer of the instrument. That also can be included in any other person. So these are all the special features of bill of exchange. So bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker, directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of the certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. Then now let us see how a bill of exchange look like. Suppose this is a bill of exchange. Here the person, suppose we can write Suman. Suman is writing to pay rupees 50,000. And date will be written here. For example, 1/12/2020. And writes here, pay to me or to my order a sum of rupees 50,000 only. That is written, and this will be given to another person. He has to accept that. So he will sign here by writing accepted. Accepted by, sign will be there. Who is accepted? Kumar is accepted. Here place and date will be there. For example, Daryaganj, New Delhi, 1/12/2020. Here also some place will be there, and it says that to be paid to Ramesh. Ramesh Paharganj, New Delhi. So this is the format of a promissory note. So here you can see three persons. They are the parties of a bill of exchange. Who are those parties? One is drawer. Drawer. Then another one is drawing. And another one is payee. Okay. So what is the difference here? Drawer is the person who draws the bill. That is maker. Drawer is otherwise called maker. Who is maker? The person who draws the bill. When he draws the bill, when he has to get money from somebody, normally that person will be a creditor or seller. For example, here Kumar purchased goods from Suman. So Suman writes the bill. Suman writes the bill. Okay. Why? Because Suman has to get the money. So he is the creditor. So he will be the creditor or supplier. Because he supplied some goods to Kumar. For that, he has to pay the money. Okay. So that's why he has given pay to me or by order sum of ₹50 only on or before 3 months from this date. The date also given that within 3 months of this date you have to pay the money. So the person who draws the bill is called a drawer or maker. He may be the creditor or supplier. And who is drawing? The person to whom the bill is drawn. The person to whom the bill is drawn. Person to whom the bill is drawn. That means person to whom the bill is drawn means who has to pay the money. That is called the drawing. Who has to pay the money is called the drawing. So drawing is the person who has to pay the money for the bill. That means he will be a customer or debtor. He will be a debtor or customer who purchased the goods. Okay. Now, who is paying? Paying is the person to whom money is to be paid. Here, Ramesh is the person to whom money is to be paid. That means, drawer, the person who draws the bill, says to drawing to pay some money to somebody. Okay. That person to whom the money is to be paid is called the payee. Sometimes, or the majority case, drawer himself will be the payee also. Or otherwise, payee may be the creditor of drawer also. That means this drawer has to pay some money to any other person, and he says drawee to pay that money to that person. That means Suman has to pay 50,000 to Ramesh. Now Kumar has to pay Suman 50,000. So Suman says Kumar to pay that 50,000 to Ramesh. Okay, in that case also it can be. So there are three parties of a bill of exchange: drawer, drawee, payee. And the drawee is the person who draws the bill. That means actually in practical sense what will happen? Suppose you want to buy some goods. Suppose you want to buy some dress items. You are going to a textile shop, and you purchase some goods or some dress or garments you are taking from the shop, and after taking that comes around 30,000 rupees. You said to the shopkeeper that now I have no money, I will give this money after 3 months. He agrees that. He writes a bill stating that pay this 50,000 rupees to me or to any other person who says how much 30,000 rupees on or before 3 months from this date. So who has written? The shopkeeper has written. And after writing what he says he will do, he will give that to us, and where we have to sign. That is why accepted, sign. Here we have to sign by stating that accepted. And after acceptance, it will be given back to the drawer. That means it will be with the shopkeeper. After 3 months, we have to remember and give the money to him. Otherwise, he will call us after 3 months. He will inform us that this money is due. You have to pay the money. Okay? So that either we have to pay to the shopkeeper or to any other person. Understood? Suppose shopkeeper has to give some money to his creditor, some other shop. So he says us to give that money to that shop. Is it clear? That is the case of the bill of exchange. Okay. Now let us discuss about promissory note. Promissory note. What's a promissory note? This is also a negotiable instrument, just like the bill of exchange. Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 defines a promissory note as an instrument in writing. An instrument in writing. That means not being a currency note or a bank note. Not being a bank note or a currency note. Not being a currency note or a bank note, but contains an unconditional undertaking. Contains an unconditional undertakings. Containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only, to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the bearer of the instrument. Okay, certain money only to or to the order of a certain person, or to the order of certain person, or to the bearer of the instrument. So this is the definition given by Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 for promissory note. This is an instrument in writing, just like bill of exchange. This is also an instrument in writing, but this is not a bank note or currency note. Contains an unconditional undertaking. See, under unconditional undertaking, here undertaking means promise. Unconditional undertaking means unconditional promise. Promise without any condition. In bill of exchange, it was unconditional order, an order without any condition. Suppose it says that you have to pay 50,000 rupees if there is rain in the evening. That is with a condition. So with any condition, we cannot write promissory note or bill of exchange. So it should be an unconditional undertaking or unconditional promise, which is signed by the maker, signed by whom? The person who prepared that. To pay a certain sum of money only. What is mentioning that? To pay a certain sum of money. Mentioning to pay or promising to pay a certain sum of money. Only to whom? That means to the person who prepared that, or to the order of a certain person. It should be given to that person, or as per the order of that person, or to the bearer of the instrument, or to the bearer of the instrument. This is an important thing here, or to the bearer of the instrument. So this is what is given regarding promissory note. So promissory note, the main difference between bill of exchange and promissory note is that it is here promissory note bears promise that I will be paying certain money to that person. It is not an order. Okay, it is not an order to pay the money. It is a promise that will pay the money. Okay, to the person, or to the order of the person, or to the bearer of the instrument. Here later on, as per the Reserve Bank of India guidelines, or as per the RBI Act, Reserve Bank of India guidelines, this bearer of the instrument becomes removed. That means promissory note cannot be paid. Money on the promissory note cannot be paid to the person who bear the or who hold the instrument. It should be paid only to the person whose name is mentioned in it. Should not be to the person who is holding that instrument. That is removed, that term, that means, or to the bearer of the instrument, that condition is removed by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay? So who are the parties of promissory note? There are only two parties. They are drawer. Okay, drawer, he is otherwise called promisor, who promise, and another one, drawee, is called payee. That means it should be paid to the person who draws, or he is otherwise called promisee. Okay, here promissory note says that in promissory note, here the person makes a promise that, for example, if I am making a promise to pay some money to some other person, I will write here, I promise to pay this much money to this particular person on or before this due date. Okay, that person who promised the money will write the document. So who writes the document? Drawer is the person who writes the document. Okay, and he is the payee also. Okay, so the drawer will be there. Drawer is the person who draws the promissory note. That we can write here. The person who draws the promissory note. That means he is the person who promised to pay, and that here the person will be the customer or debtor. Customer or debtor means I purchased the goods and after that I promise that I will pay this money on or before 3 months from today. So that's what the person who draws the promissory note, that person, the customer or the debtor is called the drawer. And who is drawing? The person to whom the money is to be paid. Okay, or the person upon whom promise is made, or the person to whom the promise is made. The person to whom the promise is made is called promisee or drawee. Okay, so these are the persons in promissory note. Now let us discuss the difference between promissory note and bill of exchange. Okay. Promissory note and bill of exchange, their difference. So we can differentiate bill of exchange and promissory note basically on 5 various bases. So let us discuss the first one regarding drawer. Who will be the drawer of bill of exchange? He will be the for a bill of exchange he will be the creditor or supplier. Who will be the drawer of promissory note? He will be the debtor. Debtor, or we can say that customer, otherwise debtor or customer. Then second one regarding order or promise, which contains order, unconditional order. Yes, bill of exchange contains unconditional order, but promissory note contains a promise. Okay, then next regarding acceptance, where acceptance is needed? Here acceptance is needed for a bill of exchange. That means drawee should accept the bill of exchange. So acceptance is needed for bill of exchange. Here it is not needed. Okay, then fourth point we can say that drawee we have written. Next payee. Who will be the payee in bill of exchange? It may be the creditor or any other person, including the bearer also. For a promissory note, who will be the payee? Payee is the person to whom the money is to be paid. Who will be the payee? The drawer will be the payee. That means here the creditor only will be the payee. Creditor or the person whose name is mentioned. That means it is not the bearer of the instrument. In bill of exchange, bearer also can be a payee, but in promissory note, bearer cannot be a payee. The next notice. In bill of exchange, in the case of bill of exchange, a notice will be given by the drawer to the drawee that your bill is due. Okay, that means notice will be given by the drawer, that means the creditor to the debtor that your bill is due, your signed bill is due here, you have to pay the money. So, notice will be given in the case of bill of exchange. But here, notice is needed, not needed, because it is there with the person who made the promise. He knows that. So, don't need of any notice for bill of exchange. Okay, so these are the various differences between bill of exchange and promissory note. Now let us discuss some of the terms related to bill of exchange. Special terms related to bill of exchange. The most important thing is one, bill maturity date. Maturity date or maturity of the bill of exchange. What do you mean by maturity of the bill of exchange? Maturity date of bill of exchange. The date on which the bill is due is called due date or maturity date. Okay, the date on which the bill is due is called due date or maturity date. So, here in that specimen we have written December 1st, 2020, that is made for 3 months. So, December 1st, January 1st, January 1st, then February 1st and March 1st. So, after December 1st to January 1st, 1 month over, January 1st to February 1st, 2 months over, and March 1st, 3 months is over. So it is due on March 1st. March 1st is the due date. When if it is prepared on December 1st for 3 months, March 1st is the due date. Then comes another one, days of grace. Days of grace. Days of grace is the extended period of maturity. That means sometimes the drawee will be allowed to pay within 3 days after maturity period. Okay, that means the extra 3 days given after maturity date for payment is called days of grace. That days of grace always will be 3 days. Okay, the days of grace always will be 3 days. The extra date given for payment of money after maturity date is called days of grace. Then another one is discounting of bill. See, in days of grace, March 1st is the due date. So, if he wants, he can pay. Suppose March 1st, if we have no money, he can pay within March 3rd. Days of grace will be March 3. Okay, so 3 days extension will get. or otherwise March 1st plus 3 days. So when it can be March 4. Okay, not including March 1st. After that, 3 days extra will be. Then discounting of bill. Discounting of bill means we have told that creditor prepare the bill and gives to debtor. He will give the money after 3 months. But suppose the creditor needs money immediately. He has the bill. He needs money immediately. At that time, what he can do? He can approach any of the banker with this bill, and he can discount this with the bank. So immediately he will get money. Okay, so that is called discounting of bill. That means redeeming the bill immediately with a banker is called discounting of bill. For that, banker will charge certain commission, that is called rebate on bills discounted. Rebate of bills discounted. Okay. Then let us see another one, accommodation bill. This is also an important thing. What is accommodation bill? Accommodation bill means, here in the case of normal bill of exchange, it will be prepared at the time when we are selling the goods. Sometimes one person is in need of money immediately. So at that time, for financial arrangement, he prepares a bill and it will be signed by another person. Okay, and that bill he can discount with the bank and get the money immediately. For example, X needs money immediately. He went and asked Y for money. But Y told, I don't have money now. You do one thing, you prepare a bill for this much rupees for 3 months or 6 months. I will sign. So X prepared the bill and Y signed. So now X has got a bill. And X needs money urgently. What X will go do? X will go to a bank. This bill signed by Y and that came to X. X will go to a bank and discount the bill and get the money. With that type of bill is called accommodation bill. The speciality is that this bill is prepared for some financial adjustment or arrangement and not for prepared at the time of buying or selling of goods or services. Okay. So these are the various cases, various terms related to bill of exchange. And one more thing, maturity date we have told. Maturity date came on March 1st. Suppose if the March 1st is a holiday, what will you do? Whether the bill amount will be paid in the next day or previous day. When it will be paid. Okay, that you refer and think about that. Let it be an assignment for you that we will discuss in the next class. Okay. So today we are going to wind up this. We have discussed about what is bill of exchange, what is a promissory note, what are the definition, then difference between bill of exchange and promissory note and some terms. And you have to refer that when will be the due date of the bill if the maturity date falls on a public holiday. Okay, thank you very much.